And we're back. This time, a video that's going to be just pure nostalgia. 1991 WCW official trading cards. I had several of these back in the day. Grabbed this on eBay. I'm going to go through this pretty quick. I'm primarily looking for this guy, the man they call Sting, the icon, etc. So I took all the packs out, sort of the standard 36 packs. So again, I'm going to go through these quickly. I'm looking for Sting, and I'm going to send those cards off to be graded, to put into the personal collection. Here we have Doom, Tommy Rich, Dutch Mantel. It's kind of fabulous Freebirds. Lex Luger, most overrated guy, wrestler in history, in my opinion. Ron Simmons is legit. Jim Ross, still listen to his podcast. And there we go. We have a Sting. That looks really good. Put him off to the side. So yeah, Jim Ross's podcast. Conrad Thompson. Check it out. Another Freebirds. The Z-Man. Tony Schiavone loves him some Z-Man. And the Steiner brothers. He transformed quite a bit from that picture. All on his own. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, these are cool. Arn Anderson, listen to his podcast as well. Probably my favorite right now. Flying Brian, his son is AEW. I recommend checking that out. Ricky Morton, Sid Vicious, another Doom, Tommy Rich, Dutch Mantel, Fabulous Freebirds, and 2 packs, and already, like 10 duplicates. But again, I don't really care. Got that guy on the back there. Southern Boys, Arn Anderson, Flying Brian, Doom, El Gigante, Flying Brian, Steiner Brothers, Ricky Morton, Sid Vicious, Doom, and good, another Sting. Put him off to the side as well. I don't know. Arn Anderson's podcast is my favorite right now. Got another Sting on the back, so I might get a couple of those graded. Just, again, these would strictly be just for the personal collection for sure. Jim Ross interviewing the most overrated man in history. There's another Sting, different card. That's great. Terry Taylor, aka the Red Rooster, Z-Man, Lex Luger, Steiner Brothers, and I'm pretty happy because, like I said, I'm just looking for Sting, and what is it, like 3 packs in, and I have 4 different Sting cards to send off. Lex Luger, action shot there. One of his 3 moves. Teddy Long, he really transformed in his career. Sting card number 5. Freebirds, Mr. Wall Street, Lex Luger, Steiner Brothers, Ric Flair, Southern Boys, Sid Vicious, and Ric Flair. I'm going to say something that's going to catch a lot of heat, a lot of hate. But I also think Ric Flair is overrated. I say that as someone who, I didn't see Ric Flair, another Sting, that is the 6th different card. I didn't start seeing Ric Flair until, WCW days. So, if you listen to his podcast and his interviews and all of that stuff, that was really when Ric Flair wasn't quite Ric Flair. And I wasn't watching during his time period with Evolution, Triple H, Batista, and all that stuff. So, but what I've seen back looks pretty good. But again, not the biggest Ric Flair fan, but woo. I do recommend his E360 presentation though. That was really good. Like the man, his life story, his childhood. I find those things fascinating, but not the biggest fan of his in-ring work. And of course, someone might say, well, you're collecting Sting cards, and without Ric Flair, there wouldn't be a Sting. That's true, but overall, there's Sting. Still just not the biggest fan. He's still not as overrated as Randy Orton, though, but that's for a different video. Wall Street, his kids are really good. Kids being Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. Is Bo Dallas still around? Haven't seen him in a while. Pretty good with the B team. I know Curtis Axel is gone, but I think Bo Dallas is still around. And I'm pretty happy. I'm seeing a lot of the same Steiner Brothers cards, but so far, 6 Sting cards. They're all different. There's one on the back of here. Probably change that, but still that's fine. Jim Ross and Sting. You know, I don't know what the resale value on these are. Even at a PSA 10, you can go onto eBay and they're pretty pricey, but these definitely aren't anything that I'm interested in reselling. Lex Luger. If you're watching this and you're a Lex Luger fan, let me know. I will send you a few of these. El Gigante. He almost ruined the Undertaker's streak before there was a streak. Freebirds, Mr. Wall Street, Lex Luger, Steiner Brothers, Ric Flair, Southern Boys. I actually don't... Oh yeah, Steve and Tracy Smothers. Okay. And Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers. Okay. Terry Taylor, Freebird, Z-Man, Lex Luger, Steiner Brothers, Sting. I really like that card. Big gold belt there. You know, Sting is on my personal Mount Rushmore. Of course, I'm more interested in, you know, the Crow Sting. But again, these are so cool and nostalgic that I am happy with getting whatever. You know what? We'll take that too. It features Sting getting chopped there. One of Ric Flair's 4 moves, and that includes the front face flop. Arn Anderson, Sting, Mr. Wall Street. Southern Boys again, Arn Anderson, Flying Brian, Doom, Ricky Morton, Sid Vicious, Doom, Tommy Rich. If you're really interested in these guys, then you can listen to like Jim Cornette's podcast, or even Jim Ross will go into them a little bit, but obviously Arn Anderson talks about them. I think what it comes down to is just access. You know, I didn't really have access to WCW until, you know, late 90s. Well, not take that back. Mid to late 90s, you know, 96. So even though I'm from Kentucky, the South, I still got, you know, WWF. So I know most of these guys from their WWF, now E days. Doom, Sting, Dutch Mantel. What is Dutch doing nowadays? He was with that one overrated guy. I wasn't really a fan of Jack Swagger. And I didn't understand the pairing other than being hyper nationalistic, but I don't know what he's doing these days. Arn Anderson, Flying Brian, Doom, El Gigante. I don't know, do you collect wrestling cards? Do you have any old school ones? I want to try to find some 80s, 90s WWF cards. Try to get some Undertakers, some Hogans, just because I'm not the biggest. Was never really a Hulkamaniac. More of a, you know, if I had to pick between Hogan and Warrior, probably would have been Warrior back in the day. But then once Undertaker came around, definitely a creature of the night. Terry Taylor. Flying Brian. Teddy Long. Sting. Terry Taylor. Whoa. I underestimated how many Sting cards there would be. I know he's basically the, this is targeted at, presumably at the time, younger children, maybe, early teens or, younger than that. So, and Sting was definitely the face of that demographic, but Jim Ross. I'm used to looking for Zion Williamson and never getting one, or Luis Robert and never getting one. So this was a bit different. Here's one of Flair's moves. Let's see, Hyatt, Arn Anderson, Sting. You know what, if you're a Flair fan, like an OG Flair fan, let me know, and I can send you some of these Flair cards as well. Like, I'm not going to lie, I typically don't talk about price, and I get kind of annoyed whenever certain people talk about how expensive something is, things like that. But you can get a box like this really cheap on eBay. Like, I paid, and try to get it at auction too. I got this, well, I'm hesitant to say, but I paid $4 for it. Won it at auction, so that was really good. But you can usually find them, like right now, between $10 and $14, and maybe $9, $10, or $11 for shipping. So, again, the value in these is just your own, whatever personal value you want to, give them. I collect Sting, or want to build a collection of Sting. So this, as you can see from up here, was perfect for that. If you are an El Gigante fan, maybe not so much. Again, I don't know the resale value on these. I do know PSA 10s, as I mentioned earlier, and I can't remember if I finished my statement or not, but, they're usually priced $70 to $120, but, that's a really narrow market for something like this. So I just kind of want to encase them, put them away. Probably be doing that in the next couple of months, sending things off to wrestling cards, off to PSA, so you'll see some of the Stings that I have. But right now I have a lot more Stings. I cheated a couple times here. I'll pull those out, but again, I came here looking for Sting, and I think it's safe to say that I did well. So for me, $4 plus 10 shipping and handling, that's a great buy, but again, that's for me. So again, if you're collecting wrestling cards, let me know who you're looking after, or if you watch this and someone stood out to you, let me know your first memories or thoughts of them. If you're a Lex Luger fan, I apologize, but hey, we all have different people we like and dislike, etc. If you're interested in any Lex Luger or any of the cards here, let me know. I could probably hook you up. So thanks for checking me out. I'll be back with more videos later on, and I probably will do more wrestling ones, so stay tuned.